I met up with my ex-fiancé who left me at the altar 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was supposed to be getting married to my fiancé at the time, Jay. Everything was going perfect. I was in my dress, had my makeup on and took pictures with my bridesmaids. I was pretty much ready to walk down the aisle when Jay's best man pulled me to the side and said Jay was gone. He had gotten into a car and left and no one was able to get a hold of him. I came home to our apartment and all his stuff was gone. He's been pretty much a ghost ever since he left me and I had to force myself to move on. I did not hear from him for 4 years. I guess he got back in contact with an old mutual friend, who gave him my number. Jay texted me and said he wanted to meet up and apologize. He said he has a lot to explain to me about what happened that day. I agreed to meet up. We met at a park. I actually felt dumber after meeting with him. There were a lot of things in our relationship that would have had me out the door if I paid more attention and if he wasn't such a great liar. Basically, for the last year of our relationship, he was doing substances and cheating on me. He had been struggling with his romantic interest for years and it's not surprising it ended up this way now knowing the truth. His family are incredibly not supportive and horrible people. I wanted nothing to do with them when we were together, but he insisted on them being around just for the big life events, like our wedding. The substances were something to get him through the day and act like he was in love with me when he was actually in love with someone else. He had met his boyfriend at work and I had actually met him a few times when I drop off lunch for Jay. When our wedding approached, his boyfriend said he needed to choose and Jay chose him. So he packed his bags up and pretended everything was great until his boyfriend picked him up and they moved 2 towns over. I asked him if he was still with his boyfriend and he said no. He thought he could quit the substances once he was free of his family and lying, but he couldn't. His boyfriend found out and left him. He kept going, getting intoxicated and hooking up with randoms. One of his regular hookups ended up taking too much while they were asleep in the same bed and passed away. That is when he realized he had to get sober. He apologized for not just being honest with me and leading me on like he did. He wished he could go back and be truthful because I would have been the most accepting of him being gay out of everyone. He said he missed me when he left because even though he didn't love me romantically, I was his best friend. It was a lot to take in. I told him while I'm glad he's okay and is doing better, I'd prefer for us not to have any contact moving forward, but I do forgive him. He said he understood and he was only in town for a few more days and he'd be gone for good again.